We now take you over to Jerusalem, where missile attacks have been reported in the area. That's right. Iranian missile Shrapnel has reportedly hit a car in Jerusalem. As you see there on the right side of your TV sets there. Now, video emerging shows Iranian missile Shrapnel hitting a vehicle while it was in motion in Jerusalem. We're getting to learn that 7 people have been injured, with one of them being seriously hurt.
Oh my days.
The shots on your screen are from the aftermath of that purported Iranian missile after it hit a car in Jerusalem on the highway. Now we're getting to learn this car was very much in motion while it was struck down by the Iranian missile. Your initial reports also point out that 7 people were injured in this strike, and one of them remains seriously injured. Meanwhile, my colleague Kate Fisher continues to remain with us from Washington, D.C. Kate, we saw the exchange there, the exchange not dying down after Khamenei. What's the latest you can tell us from Washington?
Well, we heard from Donald Trump, the president, a little earlier today.
Oh my days.
I seem to have lost our line there with our colleague Kate Fisher. But frantic scenes on your screens right now from Jerusalem, where we're getting to learn an Iranian missile, in fact, hit a moving vehicle on the highway, in which 7 people have been reportedly injured, with one who remains seriously injured, as per the inputs we're getting for you right now. Frantic scene. You see security personnel on the road there, but on the left-hand side, a volley of missiles coming into Jerusalem straight from Iran. Now, the strikes have in fact intensified after the news of Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's death broke on Saturday morning. That's last morning. It's almost 24 hours now since the news broke of Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's death. And the IRGC on its part now has intensified the rocket attacks on not only Israel but other Gulf nations as well. We saw missile fragments falling all the way from Dubai in UAE to Qatar and even Oman, Kuwait. None of the countries were spared. All the Gulf countries, in fact, coming out and slamming Iran after the missile salvo was, in fact, intensified yesterday. Let me point that out once again. After the death of Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei started trickling in. Not only this, we are also getting reports, we got reports yesterday through the day, that the Fatah 2 hypersonic missile, in fact, was also utilized by Iran, which was a very big escalation in the war, because such missiles were not used by Iran in the past. It was the very first time that the Fatah 2 hypersonic missile was also, in fact, used by the IRGC. And in the middle of all of this, we had a statement coming from Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, who essentially underlined that the IRGC is now in control. They are the political government is not in touch with the IRGC. Meanwhile, my colleague, my managing editor, Shiv Arur, joins me for more on this. Shiv, frantic scenes. You talk about Jerusalem, you talk about Pakistan, you talk about Iran. Frantic scenes all over. What should one make of these images coming in?
Arjun, let's talk about one image at a time so our viewers don't get confused. We're talking about Jerusalem, the night images right now. I hope those are the ones that we have on our screen.
Yes.
Jerusalem coming under attack, the missiles landing in different parts of Israel, surreal images of the missile streaks and ballistic missile streaks landing in Israel shows that Iran has waited for the night of day 2 to perhaps unleash its most brutal attacks. It is also very clear that Iran's ballistic missile capacity remains largely intact despite America and Israel degrading their launch capacity through multiple bombings that have taken place overnight. Now, these videos captured by citizens in different cities outside Jerusalem, near the West Bank, etc., capture the terminal phase of many of these missiles. Some of these appear to be hypersonic weapons. Many of them are ballistic missiles landing in different places. I think by the morning there will be a greater sense of what kind of damage has been done, whether these have actually impacted in residential areas or populated areas or out in the open spaces. We don't know that just yet. Remember yesterday, Beit Shean, which is an Israeli town where 9 people were killed in a bomb shelter. This would make it a specific targeting of Israeli cities for the first time at scale by Iran. Clearly, there is a kind of make or break, going for broke kind of aspect to what Iran is doing right now. You've just had Iran's foreign minister make a huge statement. He has said that the IRGC, that the government is not really in control of military units which are isolated right now and are all in survival mode right now, being bombed in different parts of Iran. Missiles are being set off at will practically. There is a huge breakdown in some ways in terms of command and control, as a result of which missiles are simply flying out of Iran at different targets. And I think that's what these videos are capturing in the city of Jerusalem.
Shiv, a very important point you highlighted there. Iran's foreign minister, Araghchi himself, saying that the IRGC is now functioning in silos. How much more does this very statement raise the stakes in Middle East? Because now virtually the IRGC is choosing and judging how much firepower to use on what target on itself, by itself.
That's a good question, Arjun. Iran is known to have large stockpiles of ballistic missiles, but obviously these are finite. They will run out at some point of time. But I think what Iran is doing right now, if you look at it from a purely military perspective, is using its missiles for spectacular effect. They're choosing their targets to create the most amount of shock and awe. So if you look at the choice of targets that Iran has used in the last 36 hours, they are not just tactical targets designed to damage or destroy any capability, because that would be useless. How much will you actually damage when you're up against the US and Israel, which have, limitless military capacity compared to Iran? But Iran is looking for, the big spectacle, the big shock and awe. That's the reason why they've attacked Dubai. That's why they've attacked the airport in Dubai. That's why they've attacked Abu Dhabi. That's why they've attacked the Al Udeid base in Qatar, which is the largest US base in the Middle East. That's why they've attacked the Jebel Ali port near Abu Dhabi. And that's why they're attacking Israeli cities right now. It is to create this kind of organic spectacle and project the impression that they are stronger than they are and have this capacity to reach targets very far from their soil. So it's not really about trying to hit anything that will remove any military capacity against them. Yesterday they launched 4 ballistic missiles at the Abraham Lincoln, which made global headlines around the world. And even though those missiles didn't strike anywhere close to the Abraham Lincoln, it's something that made the world sit up and take notice. And I think that's what Iran is looking at right now. The IRGC, the government, they know that they are on their last legs in terms of military strength, certainly, and they're using their combat capacity, their missiles, to create as many headlines, to create spectacle, to create shock and awe. That's the attempt right now.
Right, Shiv.